Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you teachers? How are you students? Are you fine? Today we'll talk about mathematics and it will be about a small unit between grade 8 and grade 7. Both of them it has the same topic and the same unit. So for that I want to give some informations for some students that can't define what means variables clearly, and another things about positive and negative and squaring binomials. So now let us starting about mathematics. The topic it is how to work with variables, working with variables. So let us start. First thing, what means variables itself? Variables it's like any alphabets from A, B, C up to Z. That means it's unknown number. That means is an unknown number. That when we will write 5x, that means we know what means 5, but we don't know what means x. So for that, it's telling that 5x. The next thing, it will be like terms and unlike terms. Like terms and unlike terms, like how? It is like if we are making 5x 2b plus 2x plus 5b. If we are writing like that, that means they are unlike variables. But I make here plus, that means all of them are in one side. But if we make two sides, I will show you like how. If we will make 5x plus 2b is equal to 5b plus 2x. Now, are they unlike variables or like variables? They are unlike. They are unlike variables. Why? Because here it's written 5x, but in the other side it is 5b. Okay? Here also 2b and here 2x. Now did you get it? So I think it's wrong. It's not correct. They are like terms. We are not using the numbers to see if they are unlike or like terms. We are saying only the variables. Okay? Here is x, here b, here b. That means they are like terms. We are not taking like terms and unlike terms by the numbers. We are taking it by the variables. So for that, this is a problem in the most of the people or in the most of the students are thinking like that. Okay? Be careful about that. Unlike terms, it's like that. If we make 5x squared plus 2b is equal to 5x plus 2b. They are the same. Here 5x squared, here 5x, here 2b plus 2b. 2b is the same 2b. But 5x and 5x squared, they are not like terms. They are unlike terms. Because here, x have x squared. Here, x doesn't have anything. That means they are unlike terms. Okay? So now, if you want to solve it like 5x squared plus 2b is equal to 5x plus 2b, we will collect the variables together. 5x squared plus 2b is equal to 5x plus 2b. Now we will shift 2b to the another side for 2b and we will bring 5x to the another side. That means it will be 5x squared minus, because we will shift here of course, here because it's without any variables, that means it is positive. Okay, here it will be 5x is equal to 2b. We shift also positive, that means it will be negative. Negative 2b plus 2b. Okay, here it will be is equal to 0 or nothing. And here it will be 5x squared minus 5x. We can't simplify together because they are unlike terms. Okay, so that was about like terms and unlike terms and how to work variables with them. The next thing, it will be the expansion of a plus b times c plus d. Okay, how? I'll let you to know now. like A plus B, C plus D. Now, do you think how to solve it? First thing, A plus B, it's in bracket. Then in another bracket, without any variables here, or without any like plus, negative, plus, minus, division, multiplication, there is nothing here, yes? But here we have C plus D in another bracket. That means it will be times. That means A plus B times C plus D. How to solve it? Here. A times C, A times D. B times B, B times C and B times D. Like A times C, then plus A times D. Okay? The other thing, it will be B. B times C, it will be BC. B times D, it will be BD. Okay? This is the thing. But now if you see that here AC, AD, BC, BD, we can't make it like terms because they are unlike terms, or we can't add them because they are not in the same variables. They are AC is different from AD, BC is different from BD. This is the thing about expansion. Like for example, if we want to make with numbers, this was only by the variables or by the alphabets. It will be, for example, 5A plus 6D, another bracket, 1C plus 2Z. Okay? Now we will make 5A times 1C, 5A times 2Z. That means it will be 5AC, okay, because 5 times 1 is equal to 5, A times C is equal to AC, plus what? 5A times 2Z. That means it will be 10AZ. 5AC plus 10AZ. That was for 5A. But the another, it will be 6D. 6D times 1C, it will be 6DC. Okay? And the another thing, it will be 6D times 2Z, it will be 12. It will be plus 12DZ. Okay? Now, here we have 5AC, we have 10AZ, we have 6DC, we have 12DZ. We can't add them because they are not the same variables. I told you that AC is different from AZ, DC is different from DZ. Okay? That was about the expansion of A plus B times C plus D. The another thing, it will be evaluation. Evaluation. That means if an example like in place of A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3 and C is equal to 5. Okay? And here we have the question itself, that it will be like for example 2 bracket A plus 3C plus AC plus BC. Okay? How will we make it? We told that in place of A, it will be 2. That means A, it will be 2. In place of C, it will be 5. That means 3 times 5 is equal to 15. Another thing here, AC A we have 2, C we have 5. That means 2 times 5, 10. And we have BC. C, that's 5, and B is 3. That's 3 times 5, 15. Okay? Now, let us to make it. Then it will be 2 bracket 2 plus 15 plus 10 plus 15. Now finish first the multiplication. That 2 times 2, it will be 4, plus 2 times 15 is equal to 2 5 is 10, 2 1 is 2, 3, 30 of course. Then it will be plus 10 plus 15, 25. After that you will add it. That 4 plus 30 it will be 34, 34 plus 25, 34 plus 25, 4 plus 5 is equal to 9, 3 plus 2 is equal to 59. The answer will be 59 without any variables, because we simplify, or we took in place of variables the numbers that given in the question. Okay, that was evaluation. It's very easy really, because in the question it will be given the variables like its number put in the place of a or that or like that. It will be the numbers, then you will take the numbers in place of the variables, then you will solve it. Okay, that was about evaluation and how to work in variables in many ways. But now we want to talk about something that is squaring binomials. Like how? I'll show you actually preview, but it will be easy now. A plus B squared. Actually, it's have a formula that it will be AB plus that it will be bracket A plus B and bracket A plus B the same, because squaring here, that means multiplying the number or the variable itself. Okay, the squaring. That means A plus B times A plus B. Let's do it like here in the variables. A times A is equal to A squared plus A times B is equal to AB. Okay. B times A is equal to BA. B times B is equal to B squared. Okay. Until now we didn't finish, because we have A squared, AB plus BA plus B squared. Now BA and AB, it's the same, have the same variables. That means it will be 2AB. A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. That is the formula in variables, of course. But we will make it in numbers, and I will show you how to solve it by numbers in the same like by variables. But only with the same variables can multiply. Like if it was A times A, it will be A squared. But if it is A times A squared, it can't be. Like we can make A times A squared, it will be A cubed. That's wrong. That's wrong. We can't, because they are not like terms. Okay? Or make it plus. That's not true, or that's not correct. A times A squared, they are unlike terms. Okay? Now I will make by numbers, like to get it more. That it will be 1A plus 2B squared. Okay, 1A plus 2B squared. That means 1A plus 2B squared, it will be 1A plus 2B times, or another bracket without anything, 1A plus 2B. That means 1A times 1A and 1A times 2B. 1A times 1A, it will be 1A squared. Then plus 1A times 2B, 2AB only. then plus 2b times 1a, it will be 2ab, plus 2b times 2b, it will be 2b squared. Okay, then now we have also here 2ab plus 2ab, that it will be 4ab. Then 1a squared plus 4ab plus 2b squared, that is the final answer. Okay, now that was the main points in this topic with variables, like to understand it more. The next thing, it will be to solve some examples that I wrote it in the another side of the board. First thing, it will be 5 bracket x plus 7. Now how to solve it? 5x, it will be 5x, because here without anything, without positive, without negative, that means it will be times. Okay, now 5 times x, 5x. 5 times 7, it will be 35, plus, here we have plus 35. That is the answer. Okay, 5x plus 35. The other thing, it will be 9x plus 1 plus 3, 2x minus 3 minus 15x. I think it's long, but it will be easy after some words now. Now let us take it here. 9x plus 1 plus 3, 2x minus 3 minus 15x. It's long, yeah? Let us to make it short and easy. Here, first thing, we will make the multiplication before negative or positive. Before addition, subtraction, division, or anything, we'll make multiplication. That means to remove the brackets. We want now to remove the brackets. Here, 9 times x, 9 times 1. That means 9x plus 9 times 1, it will be 9. Okay, then plus 3. Plus 3, or first thing, 3 times 2, it will be 6x. Then 3 times 3, it will be 9. But here, can you see the variables? Here minus, here plus. That means we will take the minus, because plus times negative is equal to negative. Plus times plus is equal to plus. Negative times negative is equal to negative. But it's also plus. Like if we have negative 5 and negative 6, do we make it minus? No. It will not be like 5 minus 6, it will be 1. It will be 5 plus 6. But the sign is the same sign. Negative 11. That it will be. But what if it is plus? That it will be like negative 11 plus 6. Now we will make like subtraction, because here we have negative and positive. We have opposite sign. That means it will be negative, because always negative is positive, it will be negative. Negative will win. That means 11 minus 6, 5. Negative 5. Okay? The same thing here, that we have positive and negative, but they are the same number. That means positive and negative, it will be negative. 3 times 3, it will be 9. Okay? Then minus 15x. After we bring it now here, we'll add the like terms with the like terms. That means 9x plus 6x minus 15x. Here plus 9, negative 9, plus and negative 9, they will be cancelled. Okay, then we have here 9x plus 6x minus 15x. 9x plus 6x, it will be 15x positive. Okay, but we will not write positive, because the number without any sign, that means it will be positive. But if negative with it, that means it will be a negative number. 15x minus 15x, and also cancel. That means the answer it will be 0. Okay? Now the second question. Now the second question that it will be 8a squared plus 3a minus 3 minus 6a squared plus 4a plus 17. Okay? We have here 8a squared plus 3a minus 3. Here we have in between the brackets negative. And inside the bracket, negative 6a squared plus 4a plus 17. First thing, before we will simplify, I told you before, the first step in this question or in working variables, like to remove the bracket. But before removing the bracket, we must do times negative with the another numbers. Like how? Negative times negative, I told you, it will be positive. Okay? Negative times negative, it will be positive. Then negative times positive, it will be negative. Negative times positive, it will be negative. Here 6a squared, here 4a, and here 17. Like to get the difference between negative when we will put negative and when we will put positive. Here. Negative times negative is equal to positive. But negative plus negative is equal to negative. Okay? In the multiplication way, it will be positive. But in the plus way, it will be negative. But we will add it. Okay? Now, after we finish, plus 6a squared is equal to 4a minus 17. We finish, that means we cancel the brackets. And here also, we make it the same. 8a squared plus 3a minus 3 is equal to, without sign of course, because the number that is without a sign, it will be a positive. After that, we're shifting the like terms together, or to collect the like terms together. That means 8a squared and 6a squared, we will shift 6a squared to 8a squared. It will be 8a squared minus, when we shift it, it will be the opposite sign. If it is here negative, when we shift it the another side, it will be positive. But if it is positive and we shift it, it will be negative. Okay? Now, 6a squared here, it will be negative 6a squared. After that, what we have here, negative 4a, and we have plus 3a. That means we will shift the small number to the larger number. 3a shifted to 4a, it will be, of course, we will make here the equal sign. Here, negative 4a, negative 3a. Okay? And we here have negative 17, and here we have negative 3. That means we will shift negative 13 to negative 17. That means it will be negative 17 plus 3. Okay? Now, let us to solve it. Negative 4a and negative 3a, we will add them. We will not make it a minus. That means it will be negative 7a. Okay? And here, negative 17 plus 3, it will be negative because we will take the bigger. Of course, the same thing also here in the negative, that negative plus negative is equal to negative, or negative plus positive, it will be negative. That's how. If it is the big number, it's positive, and the small number is negative, that means we will take the positive number. But if it is the negative number, the big number, and the positive number is the small, we will take the negative number. It's not always the negative. Okay? The next thing now here, we have negative 7a and negative 17 plus 3. That means it will be negative 14. Okay? After that, we will solve here 8a squared minus 6a squared. That means it will be like the positive number. The positive number is bigger than the negative number, but we will make it minus, but without any sign. That means it will be 2a squared only. Now let me write it here so it's clearly. That it will be 2a squared is equal to negative 7a negative 14. That it will be the answer. We can't now make anything. This will be the final answer because they are now unlike terms. 14, it is without variable. That means it's alone. Negative 7a, it's only by a. And here 2a squared, that means it's a squared. We can't make add for a squared to a because they are unlike terms. Okay, this will be the final answer for this question. Now the second question. The second question that it will be 2x plus 3y plus 5x plus 7y. Now we have two variables, x plus y and x plus y. Now how we will solve it? We can't make it binomial squared or two times because we have here in between the brackets we have a sign that it is positive or plus. That means we remove the brackets of the first in the sign. That means positive times 5x, it will be 5x. Positive times positive, it will be positive. That means it will be 7y here. The same. After that, also we bring it here, 2x plus 3y. After that, we will collect the like terms. That 2x with 5x, 3y plus 7y. 2x plus 5x plus 3y plus 7y. That means 2 plus 5 is equal to 7x plus 3 plus 7, 10y. That it will be the final answer. We can't make anything because they are unlike terms, x and y. So we can't do anything. It will be the final answer. The last question for this topic. That it will be a bracket 3a minus 1 minus 3a bracket 2a minus 5. So now we have brackets and negative 3a, and this thing's first thing we remove the brackets. That means we'll start here first. A times 3a, it will be 3a squared. 3a squared because they are like terms. 3a squared minus a minus 1, I mean a times 1, it will be a. Then negative 3a, we will write negative, but 3 times 2, it will be 6. A times a squared, it will be 6a squared. Negative times negative, positive. 3 times 5, 15. 15a. After that, we're collecting it. That means it will be 3a squared minus 6a squared. 3a squared minus 6a squared minus a plus 15a. Okay, 3a squared minus 6a squared, the big number it have negative. The positive number is the smaller number. That means it will be negative 3a squared. Then here we have negative a plus 15a. What's the big number? 15a. That means it will be positive or plus 15a minus 1. If it is alone, if the variable is alone, that means it will be 1. Always it will be 1, but we are not writing 1 in front of it, okay? So it will be 15 minus 1 to be 14a. That it will be the final answer. Negative 3a squared plus 14a. So now I hope that you benefit from this topic, especially variables that's like terms and unlike terms, because the variables, don't forget about a squared. We can make it with a together or to make it plus because they are unlike terms. So these things, like, be careful about it, because some silly mistakes are making the students to fail in this marks because of that. Like negative and positive, they are very important, especially in this topic, and also variables. So I hope that you benefit from this video and from everything about the topics, about the main points, and inshallah you will learn it more, and you will learn more and more about maths. Goodbye.